I think that the meaning of compassion is to want to help others and help them feel better when they're in a tough situation and understanding how they feel. And it's important to me because I feel like in order to have strong relationships, you need to be able to have people you can rely on, and having this compassion for others allows you to be there for other people when they need it.
To me, compassion just means that you have like sympathy and care for other individuals around you. I think it's important to me just because it's important to have compassion for those around you, even if they don't necessarily have the same morals and values as you, but you understand where they're coming from. And when something happens to them, you're able to sit there and have compassion for them, even when they've done you wrong.
To me, compassion is really important. It's being able to understand what someone else is going through and understand what it's like to be in their position and take action in some form or way to help improve their lives or improve what they're going through.
I do feel like compassion makes a difference in someone's life. I think it makes a difference in someone's life because it helps them understand that there are people out there that do care for them and are able to have that sympathy and care for them when they're going through rough things. And I do think this is something that everybody should practice because compassion is important.
I do feel like compassion makes a difference in someone's life. Showing people compassion allows them to see that you are a support system for them and that you are there for them during their hard times, not just to be there present, but to do things and go out of your own comfort zone to make sure that they're doing okay. And I think everyone should practice this because by showing compassion to those around us and those who are important to us, help build and strengthen our relationships with one another.
I feel like compassion does play a role in your life, in everyone's life, and it makes a difference because being able to understand how people feel and help them can help you with your problems in the future and help you understand what other people might be going through. And I do think it is something we should all practice so that everyone can understand other people's lives.
It would be important that the healthcare provider for you or for whoever it is not burnt out. It's important because if they're burnt out, they're not able to deliver the highest quality of care for their patients and ultimately lead to the possibility of making medical errors, not putting enough time or effort in patients, so patients aren't having positive outcomes, positive outlooks. So essentially, when it comes to how it affects the patient outcomes aren't as successful as they would be because of the provider being burnt out.
I think it's very important to have a healthcare provider that's not burnt out. I think this for a number of reasons. I think that a healthcare provider wouldn't be able to help you to their fullest abilities if they were burnt out. They wouldn't be able to sit there and have compassion and understand in all the situations because in that moment they may only be caring about themselves because they are so burnt out. I think this could affect individuals in a number of ways, and honestly, just individuals wouldn't be getting the help that they needed if their healthcare professionals were burnt out. I think compassion helps someone who's burnt out because it helps them understand that there are people that still have sympathy and care for them in all situations. I think being burnt out's a normal thing that happens to many individuals, but being able to see that other people have compassion for you in your burnt out moments is really, really important. I think our healthcare providers should also be shown compassion in return because healthcare providers are still human beings. They still struggle with many mental issues every single day. And I think it's extremely important to just make sure that you have that compassion. And I think the benefits of our healthcare providers receiving compassion is just them understanding that they care for us as patients, but also that we care for them. Like we are taking the time to show that we care for them and that we're not just there for our own personal needs. Well, sometimes that can be how it's looked, especially when you go to see like a therapist or a doctor or anything like that. They are there to cater to you, but also it's important to show compassion and cater to them in those moments as well.